This is a true story, or at least that's what the person who experienced it believes. A tale so disturbing, it will stay with you long after the video ends. Listen closely, because you never know when something like this could happen to you. Lena was a travel photographer. She had spent years exploring abandoned places, always seeking the next eerie shot. But nothing could have prepared her for what she encountered one night in the Appalachian Mountains. She had booked a remote cabin for a week of solitude, deep in the woods. No neighbors, no towns nearby, just her camera, and the silence of the forest. The cabin was old, musty, but functional. A single lantern flickered on the wooden table. As she unpacked, she noticed something odd, scratches along the floorboards, leading from the front door to her bedroom. Claw marks. Brushing it off as an animal, she settled in for the night. But as she lay in bed, the silence felt wrong. Then came the knocking. It wasn't on the door. It was coming from inside the house. She held her breath. The sound came again, slow, deliberate. Summoning courage, she grabbed her flashlight and crept toward the noise. The knocks echoed from the basement door. Shining her light down the stairs, she saw nothing, just darkness. But then, a whisper, barely audible. "Leave." Her blood ran cold. The voice was barely human. She slammed the door shut and locked it. Rationalizing it must have been her imagination, she tried to sleep. At 3 a.m., the temperature in the cabin plummeted. Her breath turned to mist. Then, the sound of slow, dragging footsteps coming from the basement. She reached for her phone. No signal. Suddenly, the basement door rattled violently. A shadow moved under the door. Something was trying to get out. She grabbed her keys and bolted outside, running through the dark forest. The wind howled, carrying whispers that weren't hers. She didn't stop running until she reached her car. As she fumbled for the keys, she looked up. A figure stood in the cabin window. A silhouette, watching, smiling. She sped away, never looking back. Days later, she returned with the property owner. But when they opened the cabin door, the basement had no door, no stairs, no signs it had ever existed. Lena never spoke of that night again. But sometimes, when she looks at her photos from that trip, she swears she can see something in the background. A whisper. "Leave."